I'm here. I am here. Okay? Snips, also here. Snips, here. Good, here. That's the register taken care of. Thank God for that. Maybe I should be doing a register. Maybe I should try and model myself a little bit more like a... Yes! Fucking... No, you little shitbag. I swear to God. I swear on the life of baby Jesus. On baby Jesus's lips. I swear on baby Jesus's eyelids. I will come for you, fly. I will inhale you. And you will grow inside of me like a fetus in feti. Little flat motherfucker. Anyway, yeah, I feel maybe I should start modelling myself a little bit more like a supply teacher. You know, the sort of supply teacher that comes in and you can tell just immediately this their pure impotence as a teacher. Just that they will have not one single iota of a chance at controlling the lesson. Everyone swaps names, calls out each other's names for the register. Don't know, change clothes, it copulates with each other, takes crack cocaine in the classroom. Supply teacher, nothing. You know what, actually? I'm not going to model myself like a supply teacher. They're dreadful. They're a waste of everybody's time. What? I mean, I know it's... Who becomes a supply teacher, man? Is that just like what, you want to be a teacher but you can't commit? You got commitment issues? Or is that like when you train to be a police officer you don't get through so you become a traffic warden? I don't know. Maybe supply teachers do a noble job. Or are they normal teachers that are just having a bit of time off? I want to know. Tell me. I know that there are teachers listening to this show, and if they're not on fucking holiday at the moment, what is it, middle of June? Yeah, probably off on their 27 weeks of holiday, aren't they, on full pay? God damn teachers. What do they pay? Teachers are paid like, I don't know, 150, 200 grand a year or something. Taxpayers' money as well, I would imagine. And I think they work about 4 days a year. They don't do any marking. They don't plan the lessons. They just stand up there and read out of the dictionary. They start at A, aardvark, and then, they go on from there until they get to zebra, which I think is the last word in the dictionary. Or no, maybe it's just z to imply sleep. Yeah, they do that 4 days a year, get about 200 grand a year for it. The rest of the time they spend on a beach in Jamaica, just sipping frozen margs, masturbating into the sand. They've got their own private beach because they can afford it, and they just whack into the sand all day. So if there are any teachers listening to the show, because I know you've got a lot of free time on your hands, let me know. What's the deal with supply teachers? Why aren't they proper teachers? Why can't they commit to the full 4 days a year? What's the deal? Anyway, welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes, that's all I want.
You're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. It's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Coffee and Memes on Threshold.fm, on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and just broadcast out into the ether like good fucking vibes. Like thoughts and prayers. Just meaningless noise. Just phony platitudes. Just pathetic signals of virtue. Hi guys, how are you? What's going on? I'm very sorry that the Facebook chat is still not being collated in my chat aggregator. So really, basically, I'm just looking at YouTube. Oh no, because the Discord goes in there and the Twitch goes in there, so I can see it all. R.I.P. in peace to the Soy Simulator 2000 bot, the evil creation that Robin made yesterday. A Discord bot, which was amazing. It basically, it was very easily triggered. It would get triggered by everything. It would actually end up getting triggered by itself. It had some very strong opinions on communism, socialism, and gender identification. It had more fans than haters. But the haters, they really hated it. Too much hate, man. Hope not hate. That's what we need. It caused mass triggerings in the Discord. Anyway, R.I.P. in peace. But I've heard rumours that it could come back at any moment. That no one is safe from the Soy Simulator 2000 Discord bot. If you haven't joined the Discord, please do. It's all the fun at the fair. There's hot chat, there's spicy memes, dank memes, chin wagging, production talk, just all manner of great stuff. Go to threshold.fm and there are myriad links to how to get onto it there. It's a chat room. You can get it on your phone, you can get it on your desktop, you can get it on your browser. You can get it just smeared all over your tits. It's there, it's fine. Just liberally apply it to the breasticles, to your testicles, and you can fig yourself with it. Anyway, I digress. Headlines today: the UK's online porn ban is delayed again. Pathetic, absolutely pathetic. They should scrap the whole thing. And Russian cosmonauts are refusing to hand over their sperm to Vladimir Putin's scientists. Understandable. This is keen to get into this. Shame it's Jasper Hamill reporting on it. But I often send my little astronauts into space. But maybe Putin or him or his scientists were in the same room. I don't know, maybe I'd need convincing though. Experts warn that mutant fleas with huge willies could invade homes. All right, well, look forward to that. How model Abigail Ratchford earns £720,000 a year, posting pictures on Instagram and or Snapchat. That's a lot of money, man. That is a lot of bucks. That's $900,000. Man, ain't no life easier than being a ridiculously hot girl. When I die and I get reincarnated, I think I'm going to come back as a really, really like uncompromisingly hot girl. I think that's what I'm going to come. If I get a choice, right? I don't know. I might just be fucking. You might not get a choice. I might come back as a hedgehog. Who knows? Hedgehogs, they're dying out, I guess. I don't know what the optimum reincarnation would be, but I think a really outrageously hot girl would be a pretty good one. You know, all things considered. Just one that is just like unfeasibly hot, just ridiculous. So like, if you're ever in a room, it's kind of like you're sort of the elephant in the room at the same time because people are just like, what the fucking scene? Huh? Jesus Christ, she looks fucking airbrushed. Are you serious? I didn't think these people existed in real life. I thought they were fucking CGI or something. Or she looks like she's been face-tuned, the face-tune app, the whole time. How is this even possible? I wasn't aware this was real life. You see them on the internet and you just assume they're not real. She got private Snapchat, has she? How much is that? £10 a month. Yeah. She earns £1 million a year. Anyway, that's what I'm thinking. Mick Fleetwood reckons Fleetwood Mac's 7 Mile cocaine line story is actually spot on. Look at that face. Bring me gear. Call the Albanians. 7 miles of gear. Wow. That looks exciting. Doctor removes knives, keys and coins from man's stomach. Man, that's a bad idea. Where's this? India. I was just going to assume China, but looks like India is becoming a sort of close second. They're, they could be going tit for tat on this. Surgeon removed 80 objects from a man's stomach after he came in complaining of a stomachache and chronic sickness. 80. Well, man's got dedication, hasn't he? He's suffering for his art. Man trained a tax squirrel by giving it meth, according to the cops. Right? It's not in Florida, though. It is in Alabama. Keen to get into that. Elon Musk fears civilization will end or will move into a simulation. Oh, Elon. Gangs in Benidorm are spiking drinks and robbing tourists. Okay, so watch out. Any Benidormers out there? Scientists make breakthrough with potential new tinnitus cure. Pills, apparently. Not dingers, just actual pills. Woman dubbed brain dead after microwaving her cottage pie for 45 minutes. Sainsbury's Basics cottage pie. Was probably just made out of horse penis, isn't it? Donkey dick. So she's been doing the rounds on all the Is that the actual one? I feel like it would have looked worse if that had been in the microwave for 40 minutes. I don't think that's not the same one. No way. Not 45 minutes in a microwave. It would be shriveled up to about yay big. I call bullshit on this. I think she's doing it for attention. Anyway, look, guys, got some good bits. Breakage remix of Culture Shock. You know that ain't taking any prisoners. Boonshin remix of Face and Noisia, a track called Microorganism. Joe Ford remix of Face. A couple of other of the JV bits off that Lost in Unknown Spaces EP on Cause for Concern. Really like it. Really good bits. One called Rise, one called Unawakened You. So keen to get into those. Let's have a go on this Breakage remix, though. I think that's a good sort of statement of intent for the rest of the show. It's called There For You by Culture Shock, Breakage remix. He's a good boy. God, if I made a channel on the Discord that was exclusively for bots, with them all triggering each other, I'd just look like the normal internet, I think. Some hot takes on why what's the deal with supply teachers. Some strangers saying, I believe supply teachers get paid more, but they have to travel around to different areas. Why are they so impotent? Well, I don't know. I can't speak for all supply teachers, but certainly the ones at my school always were. It's because they don't give a fuck. Because they'll be gone tomorrow. Fucking floozies. Robin, another hot take. Supply teachers, usually they've been disciplined for something, but you essentially can't fire people from public jobs unless they've done something really, really bad. Okay, possible. Facebook chat, I have you. Jop Corner, he's in the house. He says, give Breakage a treat, he's a good boy. Julian Cookie Cuts Horgan Dorgan Schmorgenborgen. He says, Breakage has also been a good boy and that he's hung over at work and help a brother out with some banter and music. Well, I can certainly get the music going. I can't promise the banter, though. Josh William, thoughts and prayers. Dylan Schmidt's Thoughts and Prayers. Sarah Anderson, I see ya. John Anderson, I see ya. Heather Claire Lander, I see ya. Bildo, thank you kindly. There will be a Trance Wars update very soon, don't you worry. Just waiting for them to host the talent contest. It's supposed to be this weekend. Rubik's, you're a good boy. Reach for those lasers indeed. Right, that is Breakage remix of There For You by Culture Shock. It's on Wham Records because it's a whammer and a...
Whammer.
Yeah, you goddamn bloody right. Okay, come on, let's get into the porn ban. The UK's online porn ban is delayed again. Listen, guys, I'm telling you, you can download stuff on Pornhub. Just go out, just stock up in case, because God knows you wouldn't want to... You wouldn't want to run out, would you? The introduction of age checks on prawn websites is set to be delayed for a second time, according to reports. Fucking reports, what do they know? The new measures, which could be the first of their kind anywhere in the world, were due to come into force on July the 15th. The UK is certainly leading the way in sort of ill-advised authoritarian clampdowns on stupid shit. Let's put people in prison for jokes. Oh yeah. Let's make a really pointless attempt at blocking pornography. Yeah, that'll work, won't it? And then people under 18 are like, oh, I can't watch porn anymore. Oh no. Yeah, right, nice one. Yeah. Because as we know, banning stuff, it works. It really works for making people not do it. Like, don't you ever heard of a thing called prohibition? In America, they banned booze, and basically, when they banned booze, no one drank at all, and it completely cured all of the problems that they believed alcohol was causing. And it was effectively a utopia until they made a really foolish decision to allow people to drink again. And now, you see what fucking state they're in. It would require sites like Pornhub and YouPorn to carry out robust age verification checks on users. The fucking cat is out of the bag with porn. Guys, this is so stupid. According to the BBC Culture Secretary, Jeremy Wright, is expected to tell the Commons on Thursday that the date will be pushed back, having already been delayed from April last year. I thought it was April this year. The reason for the delay is not clear, the corporation said. However, Sky News said it understood the delay was bureaucratic. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. You want to talk about impotence? The UK government. It reported that the Department for Digital, Culture, Media and Sport had failed to notify the European Commission of key details. Sky News also said it had seen a copy of a letter to regulator, the British Board of Film Classification, from a lobby group representing online pornographers, warning that without a delay there would be less protection for public data. Under the plans, websites that fail to implement the rules face having payment services withdrawn or being blocked for UK internet users. Like, have you heard of a VPN, guys? VPNs? Yeah? People can make it look like they're visiting from a different country and completely circumvent all of this. Guys, they're free. Guys. It's like having a digital big brother to go in and do it for you. Like, oh yeah, can't buy booze. The guy at the shop knows how old I am. Well, I'm 18. I can buy it for you, little Johnny. Thanks, older brother. Thanks, older Bobby. Here you go. Job's a good one. The government has previously said that users will be able to verify their age in a number of ways, including using traditional forms of ID, such as a credit card or passport, or by buying an over-the-counter wanking coupon, where the age verification would take place face-to-face. You would look directly into the owner of the corner shop's eyes and announce loud and proud that you want to purchase a wanking coupon. I don't know if we said this before, but I would like it if it was more like, you have a card that you top up for electricity if you've got a meter at home. Like it was one of those. So you had to buy like porn hours and you have to keep going to the shop. It's like, please, Mr. Rankin, you have already bought 50 hours worth this week. Are you okay? You look very pale. I don't think I can sell you another one by law. Fucking just give me more porn hours. I'm fed up with this shit. I'm worried about you, Mr. Rankin. Look, thank you. I appreciate the concern. Announcing the measures in April, Digester Minister Margot James said, adult content is currently far too easy for children to access online. So we're going to take away the easy one and make it so that they can only access the really, really narky stuff. The introduction of mandatory age verification is a world's first, and we've taken the time to balance privacy concerns with the need to protect children from inappropriate content. Good luck, you fucking morons. We want the UK to be the safest place in the world to be online, and these new laws will help us achieve it. Why, instead of like, we're gonna wrap it up, we're gonna wrap the internet up in cotton wool and make sure that nobody can see anything that might be upsetting or offensive, why don't you make people stronger instead? Why don't you, like, you know, teach kids at the appropriate age about the dangers of pornography and understanding that pornography is not real life, and that in the same way as action movies are not real life, pornography is not an accurate representation of the majority of sexual intercourse, and that, guys, don't worry if you don't have a 12-inch dick and can't go for 2 fucking hours with 13 broads at once. Don't worry about it. Girls, don't worry about it. You don't have to be immaculately groomed the whole time and take it in the arse every day. Don't have to do that. Just to have normal sex like normal human beings. It would be easy enough to teach kids that in school, wouldn't it? Rather than just like making it so doing something that will literally make it worse. But you can charge money for. Yeah, nice one, guys. Campaigners have raised concerns over the tools, however, warning that there could be consequences for user privacy. Well, there's that as well, but like, should the porn ban be scrapped? Yes. 86% yes. After the April announcement, Jim Killock of the Open Rights Group said on Twitter, age verification dangers are obvious, from outing people to ruining careers and even suicide. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? What porn you watch can be very sensitive information. It's striking that MPs don't seem concerned. Especially seems to be that it's MPs that get caught with porn and lose their jobs all the fucking time. Watching the shithouse blueies you get on digital TV that you have to pay £10 a month for or something. The government said alongside requirements for age verification providers to comply with GDPR, it has created a voluntary classification scheme. The age verification certificate, which will access the data security standards of the providers. What a dreadful idea. Stupid, dreadful Orwellian idea. You ridiculous bunch of ugly freaks. All right, well, that's my 2 cents on it anyway. Russian cosmonauts are refusing to hand over their sperm to Vladimir Putin's scientists without age verification. No, okay, come on. All right, Jasper Hamill, let's see if you can do an article without fucking up somewhere. Russian cosmonauts have repeatedly sabotaged a government-backed experiment by refusing to agree to produce sperm samples while living aboard the International Space Station. Well, they part of the hashtag #NoFap movement or something. The Kremlin scientists want to gather spaceman semen in order to conduct an experiment exploring the effects living in space can have on your spunk. But cosmonauts have politely smiled and refused because they fear the research may be evil. Okay, you're up in space just doing spaceman stuff. I don't know, you're just messing around with stuff in zero gravity, doing somersaults. Whatever they do in space, I don't know. Anyway, the word comes in. Hello? Oh, hello. Sus down on the ground. Oh, hey, ground people. We're just doing spaceman stuff. What are you up to? Oh, you know, not much, just ground people stuff. Anyway, Putin wants some of your spunk. Come again? Yes, he wants you to come again and send him some of it. Why? Just for reasons, I guess. For reasons. He didn't give any of those reasons? No, he just says he wants the spunk. He's not going to do anything evil with it, is he? Like, I don't know. I'm not going to get stitched up for some sort of weird crime or come back and find I've got 8 kids. No, probably not. Probably? Yeah, he's probably just, I don't know, it's probably just for space stuff. Look, you know what? I'd rather not. Anyway, I'm on this whole no-fap thing, so, yeah, can't. It's kind of like a lifestyle choice. All right, well, I don't think Putin's going to be happy with you. You know he's making a big space laser as well. Oh, what? Can you not? Can you just tell him not to? Tell him I'll give him someone I'm back on the ground. He better not be for evil stuff, though. Those are the claims in a story published by the state-run RIA, Novosti News Agency, which we've run through Google Translate and quoted through the article. And there you have the quality of metro journalism we have come to expect. A research chief from the Russian Academy of Science, an organization overseen by the Duma and ultimately Putin himself, told the agency, "We are constantly encountering obstacles of a moral, psychological and ethical nature. There are no willing people among the astronauts." Because astronauts aren't fucking stupid. Astronauts are smart brothers and sisters, yeah? Because if you weren't one, you wouldn't be an astronaut. You'd be a pleb down here like the rest of us. Okay? You got to be pretty clued up to be an astronaut. And so astronauts ain't dishing out spunk for free, basically. They train very hard to be an astronaut, and if you want astronaut stuff off them, you got to pay. All right? That's the dealio. The spacemen are reportedly spooked because of a conspiracy theory which has done the round in Russia for several years. In 2017, Vladimir Putin told a meeting of Russia's Human Rights Council that biological material is being collected all over the country from different ethnic groups and people living in different geographical regions of the Russian Federation. He didn't specify who was gathering the biomaterial. It's going to be some sort of Joy Division situation, isn't it? It's going to be a load of Russian thoughts that are just going around and just, taking specific samples from specific locations in very nefarious ways. The question is, why is it being done? Is it being done purposely and professionally? Are they just sending out some Twitch thoughts to gather up the scraps off someone's bedroom floor? This is we are a kind of object of great interest. We are a kind of object of great interest. That'll be that Google Translate again. The news agency RIA Novosti claims officials were spooked by this statement and started to worry that foreign agents were gathering genetic information in order to build some sort of bioweapon designed to wipe out the Russian people. It wrote, "It is quite possible that some of the astronauts believe their biomaterial can be used for some evil purposes." Recall the story of a new conspiracy theory voiced at the end of 2017 by Vladimir Putin about the collection of biomaterial by US intelligence for the subsequent development of biological weapons against Russia. It's very popular among officials and politicians, although in the opinion of scientists, such a problem does not exist. The experiment is designed to study spermatogenesis, the development of sperm. Should the Russian spaceman hand over their spunk? Oh, what? Let's use Russian letters. Fucking Jasper Amos. Bit late now for you to start getting cute, isn't it? Pathetic. Right, anyway. Let's have one of these JV bits. Unawakened You. Slightly very artsy name there. Yeah, I just done my new Neurofunk track. It's called Unawakened You. You might like it. Might not. Evan Strindmo thinks I can't pronounce his Norwegian surname. Strindenmau. Strindmau, I think is it. Stephen, you're right to blame communism for anything and everything. Don't be shy about smashing that like button on Facebook and or YouTube. This is Unawakened You by JV, Some Cause for Concern. Whew. This is a spicy number. I think it could be a contender. It could have been a contender. It could have been somebody. Nice, fading out ARP there as the ending there. I'm keen. I mean, I'm just interested in checking endings now since this palaver with the scientific, the VIP tune that just cut off out of nowhere. Just boom, gone. Now I lost my faith in intros, but outros. But what am I fucking talking about? Experts warn that mutant fleas with huge willies can invade homes. Dominic Smithers, my boy, reports. Swarm of fleas with huge penises coming to the UK. Of course it is. According to specialists in the field, a bizarre mutation is the result of a warm winter followed by a mild and rainy summer, which have combined to create the perfect climates for insects to thrive, and particularly their dongs. But rather than your bog-standard flea, these little bleeders are much bigger than average, and their cocks are 2.5 times larger than their bodies. What? Let's see it then. Get it out. That's a dog. Wowzers. And with their mating season just round the corner, the males are coming out and looking to slang Dak. Female fleas notoriously breeding at an incredible rate, slags, laying around 50 eggs a day. Jesus! Which could be bad news for homeowners, with experts warning of a possible infestation this summer. Could you not? Speaking to The Sun, spokesman for pest control, Basis Prompt. Okay, that's the company name. No, that's a very strange name for a human. Said, well, the activity and behaviour of fleas is often very much dependent on the climate. As they thrive in warm and humid environment, they're likely to present in greater numbers than usual during the next few weeks. The population of fleas seems to have grown rapidly in recent years, but the risk of an infestation could be even bigger this summer. Obviously, it's good news to me as I make my living getting rid of fleas. But for your average schmo, it's a bit of a shitter. Apparently, billions are expected to descend on the UK in coming months. Great, so we've got fucking these giant Asian hornets, these big dick flea motherfuckers. And, oh, God. Turkey's joining the EU. I'm sorry. They normally make it into homes by latching onto the fur of a dog or a cat, before burrowing into furniture, carpets and rugs before getting down to the business of making babies. The spokesperson for Basis Prompt added, fleas found on pets are usually only a small part of a bigger issue, as the vast majority of an infestation is probably living in the house. Right, what are you saying? Anyone treating their pet must be sure to treat their home thoroughly at the same time, or the problem is highly likely to return. The telltale sign that your dog is harbouring the little biters is constant scratching and bite marks, which come up as red dots. Yeah, no shit. Vital that owners take their pets to the vets as soon as possible and have them washed with special shampoo. Yeah, hear that, Tally? We've got to take you to the vet, you little bitch. Hey, she's at home. The Vital, they need to make sure that their carpets, sofas and bedding is washed thoroughly and to make sure they are free from frisky fleas. Good luck. Thanks, Dominic Smithers. Looks like you managed to make your way through that article without too many cock-ups. In fact, I don't think there are any cock-ups at all in that. That said, I'm a bit dyslexic and I'm not very good at spelling, so you might have myriad spelling mistakes in there that I've just not noticed. But to me, mate, that looked all right. 2.2 thousand shares as well as that, so that's fucking red panty night in the Smithers household. Tell you that for now. Let's get into this Mick Fleetwood thing. Unpopular opinion, Fleetwood Mac are one of the most overrated bands ever. It's probably second to Tears for Fears. But Mick Fleetwood reckons Fleetwood Mac's 7 Mile cocaine line story is actually spot on. Remember no, I don't remember the story, but remember the infamous story surrounding Fleetwood Mac involving a 7 Mile line of cocaine? No? Well, let us refresh your memories. I'm scratching at my nose already in anticipation. 2 blokes got so steamed they put on bulletproof vests and started shooting each other. Okay. Okay, Mick Fleetwood wrote in his 2014 memoir, Play On, that he spent over 20 million just on cocaine, and that if you were to stretch all the coke he'd ever done into a single snortable line, it would be 7 miles long. He also mentioned that Stevie and himself were the worst offenders of the band by far. Damn, 20 mil on nosebag is a lot of nosebag. During the exclusive interview with The Sun, backstage in the dressing room at Wembley, Mick said, We could sit here and go into some war. We could sit here and I go into some war story about snorting 7 miles of coke. I guess we figure we did X amount a day, and then some goofball got a calculator and came up with a 7 mile figure. Isn't that funny? And it sort of is, but not in the context of where I want to end up. Good news is that Mick quit using cocaine, which he is thankful for. There was never a conscious decision on my part to stop that lifestyle. I think I naturally just drifted away. People grow out of stuff, don't they? Because God forbid you could easily have ended up in a really bad way. For sure, that could happen. In some ways, I'm happy I got through it and I didn't bite the big bullet. But I've always had a profound awareness and a realization that enough is enough. 7 miles, it turns out, is enough. The 7 mile long line that's fine. But no more than that. Not greedy. Yeah, I'm conscious that I want to speak appropriately about it because the romance of those war stories can adulterate something, adulate something that is not a good idea. Fleetwood Mac is currently wrapping up their Europe tour this week. The group will be heading down to New Zealand in August to play more of their notably bad music. Wow, there you go. That's from therock.net.nz. So I don't know if that's Dwayne The Rock Johnson's website. They're currently playing Loose Change by Raw Blood. Oh, they're a radio station. Fuck them. Fuck them. That's what I say. Anyway, doctors removed knives, keys, coins from man's stomach. Smithers again. Come on, man. Can you make it 2 stories in a row without ballsing up? I'll be so impressed, baby boy. So impressed. Surgeons removed 80 objects from a man's stomach after he... What is on the other side of the objects link, do you think? Is it just going to be the same story? Oh, doctors remove molar tooth growing inside 13-year-old's testicle. We've done that one. After carrying out a CT scan and an X-ray on the 24-year-old man, surgeons in Rabindranath Tagore Hospital in India discovered dozens of coins, nail cutters, keys, a knife, and even glass. Dang, look, you can see Todd in there as well. Wow. Speaking about the bizarre incident, Dr. D.K. Sharma, head of surgery at the hospital, said the objects were rusted and must have been inside the man for some time. Oh, look at... Oh, man. Jesus. Oh, how has he swallowed those big things? What are the big tube things all about? Jesus, man. How'd you... The fuck, keys in there, jewellery, hair clip. It's disgusting. The specialist said, we investigated him by doing an upper endoscopy, CT scan and X-ray of his abdomen and intestinal area and noticed foreign objects in his abdomen and colon. We surgically opened the stomach and were surprised to see various objects ranging from coins, chillums. It's the bit off a frickin' hookah. Christ. Short clay pipes used for marijuana smoking. Nail cutters, some glass objects, keys, key ring, a necklace, a hair clip, a knife blade, safety pin, and a spectacle neck cord strap. According to the patient's family, he was referred to the hospital by doctors at another medical practice. Dr. Sharma added the metallic objects were retrieved and were all rusted, indicating that they had been swallowed some time ago. It is unusual to find such a large number of sharp objects in a person's abdomen. We have not evaluated his psychological condition at this point, but think he might be a bit mad. But it isn't the first time doctors have removed a string of bizarre objects from patients. What? Look, he got a key ring. Keys on a key ring. They're still attached. Huh. Last month, a teenager in China had a set of 29 magnetic balls removed from his bladder 3 months after shoving them up his penis. We've done that one already. Oh, baby Jesus. Oh, sweet baby Jesus. Yeah, wow. Okay, God. But sweet merciful Christ. Is this really what Jesus died for? You know? Is this... Oh, you know what? Is eating metal objects a sin? I don't know. Weird flex, yeah, but maybe not a sin. I don't know. Let's have another bit, and then we'll get into this squirrel attack situation. Let's have this Boonshin remix. Microorganism by Face and Noisia. Seems like a reasonable place to go. Gosh golly. Yeah, Chode, I saw that one. Unbelievable clusterfuck. Jesus Christ. Wow, the bill bringing the heat. He says, fuck anyone who ends a track abruptly. Wow. I'm inclined to agree. That might be the highest snare drum I've ever heard. Dimmy, pro tip, if you're going to Rotti King, get there at about 4. Honestly, so you get there after 5, you'd be waiting 2 hours outside. I went there the other day, we were lucky. Lucky. It's the fucking bomb, though. Stranger saying on the Discord that he's going through all his music and found my remix of Fear by Ian Brown and my remix of No Speak Americano. God, I can't imagine they've aged very well. Don't know, the Fear one maybe. Hey man, it was a different time. The noughties, they were wild times. We all made mistakes. The Bunshin remix of Microorganisms by Face and Noisia. Never sounds good, literally never. Breakdown or build up or anything, literally, if you're ever considering doing that as a DJ, don't. Just don't do it. Just take it from me. Never sounds good. Occasional rarities when a very, very, very talented scratch DJ might be able to make it sound good, but you will never be able to make it sound good. Okay, I'm glad we've had this conversation. Anyway, man trained attack squirrel by giving it meth, according to the cops. Claire Reid of the Lab Bible, a bit Lab Bible heavy today, but you know, it's just the way the chips fall sometimes. A US man allegedly trained up his very own attack squirrel by giving it meth to make it aggressive. Now, I bet that's a sentence you didn't think you'd be reading today. Is it? What sort like? I don't like the conversational intros on Lab Bible. You may be able to tell. Like, what are you asking a fucking rhetorical question for, Claire Reid? Seriously, haven't you got a BA in journalism? A degree. Okay, so that'd be a 2-2. Because you would have said a first if you got a first. So it's a 2-1 or a 2-2. Anyway, that's not the point, is it? Claire Reid with your 1,600 Twitter followers. Only 3,000 shares on this one. Cops from Limestone County, Alabama, say that Mikey Polk kept the cute little animal in a cage in his home and fed it drugs to make it jumpy and aggressive. But what are you going to... Who are you going to attack with a squirrel? A child? Police arrived at the property on Monday to execute a search warrant after receiving reports that Polk was keeping a squirrel there and giving it drugs. Sheriff spokesman Stephen Young told AL.com via the news release, prior to the search warrant, investigators were informed that Mikey Polk kept an attack squirrel inside an apartment, and Polk fed the squirrel meth to keep it aggressive. Search turned up meth, drug paraphernalia, body armour, and the squirrel. Oh, man, he looks wild Tide Poddy. No, he looks like a step beyond the Tide Pods, I think. He looks like a bad, bad man, ladies and gentlemen. He looks like a bad, bad boy. Oh, yeah. Oh, he needs some punishment. Maybe the woman that's making pornos on the train conductor that was making pornos on the train. Oh, dear, Mikey. Oh, not only have you got your attack squirrel with you, but also you're a fair dodger. You're a bad, bad boy. Yeah, we don't take kindly to you boys. Right, suck him off. Wait, what? 35-year-old Polk wasn't present at the time. Police came a-calling, but instead they found another man, 37-year-old Ronnie Reynolds. He was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance, possession of drug paraphernalia, and loitering at a known drug house. He was taken to Limestone County Jail and was later released on a $4,000 bail. A warrant has been issued for Polk on charge of possession of a controlled substance, unlawful possession of a firearm, and possession of drug paraphernalia. So the keeping of the squirrel, not a crime. Keeping an attack squirrel on meth, it's not a crime. After cops discovered the squirrel, they called Animal Control, who called the Alabama Game and Fish Division of the Department of Conservation for help. Just fucking let it go. Give it some nuts, man. Let him go. Let him go about his squirrely business, all jonesing for meth. The department told officers it was illegal to keep a squirrel as a pet and recommended that they release it back into the wild as soon as possible. The animal wasn't tested for drug consumption. Test him. I bet he'd piss hot. He'd piss hotter than John Jones. With Sheriff Mike Blakey's office quite rightly explaining that there was no safe way to test a squirrel for meth. I could test a... Honestly, you give me 5 minutes for that thing, I'll test it for meth. Yeah, I'll work it out. Freaking squeeze it until some liquid comes out. Test that for meth. Say, do it. Squirrel the vermin. Come on. They're just rats with fluffy tails. Thankfully for the little fella, there was a happy ending. He was successfully released into the wild and is presumably gone clean now. I doubt it. That squirrel, he's been institutionalised, yeah? He's learnt how to be a criminal. He's learnt how to take meth. Now he's going to go out and sell meth to other squirrels, probably to red squirrels, yeah? The poor, defenceless red squirrel. And he's just going to be out there hawking meth. In fact, I think I might have bought some drugs off that squirrel on the dark web. How do you know that the person you're buying drugs off on the dark web is not a squirrel? You don't, do you? You just take the risk. This isn't the first time that someone has allegedly roped an innocent animal into a life of crime. Earlier this year, it was reported that police in Brazil had seized a lookout parrot that shouted to its owners to alert them of the cops. And the bird was heard to shout, "Mama, police!" when officers raided the home for a drugs bust. That's hilarious. That is funny. Woman spits out Jamie Oliver's controversial jerk rice on TV. Gosh, Jamie Oliver just can't catch a break, can he? Woman falls from fairground ride before it smashes into her. God, that's a bloody nightmare, isn't it? Jamie Oliver's sort of restaurant empire is crumbling. I don't know why, but it seems to be a rarity that it's crumbling not because of like some tweets that were dug up like from a few years back. Rare treat to watch a business fail just because it's been badly run rather than being destroyed for the tweets of yesteryear. Right, what have we got left? Coming up on at 11, a replay of last night's Gold Top radio show with Crack and Bide. They play drum and bass music for a couple of hours and chittle chat. It's good times. I would thoroughly recommend it. Anyway, that's from 11 until 1. At 1, we have another replay of Constrict's Incidental Sonics, where he also plays drum and bass, but occasionally also dubstep for a number of hours and chit chats. Anyway, great guys. At 7 o'clock tonight, we've got our fellas from the other side, Mr. Merck, Conflict, and Conflict. And, you know, the Estonian boys, they're stealing Soviet tanks, driving around their local neighbourhood, generally causing trouble, cursing the name of communism, and just, you know, things of a like kind, just stuff that Estonian people do. You know what? I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know. What do Estonian people do? They wear a lot of clothing. It's very cold over there, isn't it? I don't know. They're just going around, just doing Estonian stuff. There's probably a particular Estonian drink that they like to drink. Maybe there's an Estonian dance. A friend of mine, he used to go on a lot of... this is a cool story, bro, so I'll just hover the mouse just over the button there. A friend of mine, he would make films. He was in the image film business and go off abroad to film image films. for various boring corporate things. But anyway, whenever he would go to a country, particularly countries in Eastern Europe, every country in Eastern Europe has a particular, like, a sort of national dress, like a sort of outfit that usually goes in line with doing a national dance. So you imagine that the British one would be fucking Morris Dancer outfit, yeah? Hilarious. You know, Germany, you do lederhosen and stuff. Although the Morris Dancer outfit, it's not a million... No, there's no actual lederhosen. Anyway, I digress. And he would buy them sometimes for his girlfriend. And anyway, he was in Moldova and went to the sort of town square where they had a little market to buy. We thought we would get his girlfriend a... one of the sort of national dress type outfits, and it had become a bit of a thing. And there's a woman on the stall, apparently spoke sort of reasonable English, and he was like looking at the sizes and stuff, and his girlfriend's just like, a very normal size, sort of actually fairly petite girl. And he's like picking them out. He's going, this one, I think this would be the right size for her. And he's like, yes, that is good size for a woman. It's like, all right, okay, because if it's too small for her, I'll have to bring it back at another one. And the woman says, if it's too small for her, you'll bring girlfriend back, and I'll find you a new woman. Absolutely savage. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, yeah. Anyway, it fit. It was fine. Didn't have to get a new girlfriend thanks to the canny help of Moldovan market lady. Anyway, that was a
cool story, bro.
Thanks, guys. Listen, it's the end of the show, yeah. So just a little shout out to the fucking VIPs. Thank them greatly, because without their financial support, Threshold wouldn't exist. And so, if you want to help me keep these wheels turning, keep the engine oiled, keep everything firing on all cylinders, and improving this station and this show into becoming the biggest, baddest bitch you've ever seen, with biceps as big as Bournemouth and a bumhole the size of a dinner plate, then please don't hesitate to help support on Patreon. If you don't know what Patreon is, it's basically a website that allows you to make small monthly donations to a given cause, such as Threshold.fm. I will not spend it on holidays. I will not spend it on, being an Instagram influencer or anything like that. I'll pay the bills and make Threshold bigger, better, and badder. Anyway, and if you do, you get your name on this list read out at the end of every show. You also join the Green Gang on Discord. You get access to the VIP lounge where you can do gear in there. You can smoke. There's a fridge. There's a coffee machine, which I think has been fixed now. And, just people are in there just getting along and just having a good time. Anyway, it's Oliver Hooper, Nicholas Goncalves, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats Parsons, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matthew Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Jack Murphy, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Zara Pickle, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Anthony Walker, Liddy Unsub, Richard Francis, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, Andrew Heichelbech, John Finison, the BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grieve, Cooper, Gennady Lightfield, Ryan Glazer, James Barry, Jave Thompson, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Lee, the Menace Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STD, Justin Mercer, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan Elton, Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dark Progressive Side Trans, Ashley Superior, Jeroen Bass, Nicolas Lorcy, Dameon Rayner, Kris Breaks, The Bill, Karissa Barthelson, Owen Bates, Lee Fuller D, Daniel Jeremy Flaxis, Alexander Cassidy, Matt Wright, Dylan Laws, Grant Sullivan, Not That, Tom Robertson, Greg Cornford, Grace Sellers, Dad Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kevin Kaiser, Chris Shaw, Mr. Happy, the German trance overlord of D&B, Ranking Makes Uplifting Vocal Side Trance under the Alice Cosmic Waft, Keep It Cool Tool in the Motor Pool, but Don't Let You Meet Live, Nick Brock, Mustang Philly, Sean Simpson, Robin Card, Sam House, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitchmuffs, L Tech, Willie, Ben Virgo, Den Tweed, Lupe Salazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon and Liz, Kyle Williams, Tom Skibber, unfortunately, it's George DC, and Anthony Sharp. Do Gordon and Liz, do you share a Facebook profile? And you, the Hitchmuffs. Oh, no, you don't. In fact, Jenna posted some sassy meme about couples that share a Facebook profile. Imagine sharing a Facebook profile with someone. What a bizarre thing to do. They're free. Like, you don't have to pay for one. Anyway, guys, I love you. There will be no Rankings Records at 3, I'm afraid, as I'm working on official pineapple business. The free markets are calling. I'm sorry, but I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. with Squiff. And we'll just be having a great fucking time, man. Anyway, I love you all. I will see you tomorrow. Hang about go to threshold.fm to listen to the new Gold Chop show. It's a fucking blast. Then Constrict at 1. And then at 7, our boys from the other side, Eastern Front. And then Hugh Downer at 9. I love you. I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.